Ever since I was little, I have loved learning. I remember when we got our first computer and I discovered one of the best learning websites out there called IXL. I used to use IXL everywhere, in the barbershop, in the car, at school. I loved learning, and I haven't lost an ounce of this zest to this day. For me, school has always been a fun spot because there's so many chances to learn here. Learning is the best pathway to personal growth because it helps me to see why global warming is an issue, why preserving Native American culture helps to preserve our very own culture, and why conservation efforts are vital to this earth. Even today, as a 14-year-old, on days that I can barely bring myself out of bed, I still get excited when I walk into a classroom. Learning about the Haitian Revolution or particle wave duality or even past participles lights my world up. When I step into a classroom, I feel a sense of joy, whether I see a math equation on the board or a diagram of a cell. I know that deep down inside of me, my brain is getting ready for a workout, connecting the right neurons, sending the right signals to get me prepared. For me, I feel that my enthusiasm for learning can be contagious. When I walk into a class like AP Physics, I know I can get everybody pumped up by giving them high fives and fist bumps to get them animated about the lecture, lab, or discussion we have ahead. These are the moments I think schools need to be inspiring more, rather than trying to teach from a textbook. This enthusiasm has been known to strengthen in the presence of a great teacher. When I walk into a classroom like Miss Waller's, I know I'm going to think critically about mind-bending topics like the photoelectric effect or de Broglie wavelength. The surprise and spontaneity she brings to each lecture brings me joy. For me, these teachers are the great ones. They treat me with respect. They help me to see things in new perspectives. They truly unlock the abilities that I never knew I had. In ParkCity, we are lucky enough to be able to send every kid home with their own laptop. And one of my favorite activities to do on it is programming. When I first did my hour of code session in 6th grade, I was enamored. For me, computers are so predictable. They do everything you want them to do. They're so consistent. I don't know what I would do without programming today. One of my favorite things about learning is seeing the application from one subject into another. When I first started learning some serious programming, I was able to write some code that did my math homework for me. It was simple. Take in a few numbers, perform some calculations, and spit out the answer. I was tired of having to plug in meaningless numbers into a calculator. So while this program may seem insignificant, it helped me to see the connection between school to real life. I love being able to learn about trig equations in math, and then only a couple periods later, apply those trig equations in physics. I can use that physics to develop real-life accurate models with computer programming, like varying gravity on different planets. I can learn about something in history and convert that into reasoning for an English paper. COVID-19 has ravaged the way our world works, and education is no exception. We now realize that kids miss their teachers, their friends learning, and parents miss their teachers too, because teaching kids is hard. We can all come to appreciate the hardworking teachers right now. Schools need to stop killing the passion we have in students. I know personally that I've always had a love of learning, but I know that not everybody is true. Despite this, I know that every kid had a sense of wandering curiosity in them from when they were little. We need to stop the PowerPoints, stop the boring textbooks, stop the basic busy work. Let's build more motors. Let's look through more microscopes. Let's embrace more cultures to involve the kids from every country in every field. I imagine a time where living to 200 becomes reality, where we communicate with other planets on the daily, and where even exploring the deepest depths of the ocean becomes imaginable. If we can revamp the way we teach our kids, it could lead to kinder, more respectful, and smarter kids ahead. Ben Franklin once said, "Tell me, and I forget. Teach me, and I remember. Involve me, and I learn." Education has the potential to change the way we think about the world and the way the world works. We just need to invite it in. Thank you.